Hi, I'm Erin Seberg, and welcome to You've Been Called Out, the podcast for Christian women in their entrepreneur era. Today, I wanted to talk to you about something that you're definitely going to hear me talk more about in the future, but today's just going to be a little snippet, bite-sized episode. We're going to be talking about faith in branding and representing your brand well, representing your faith well in your brand. So the reason that I wanted to talk about this today is because I was listening to one of my favorite podcasts that I listen to every week, and the host had on a guest who is a service provider in the wedding industry, and she had gone viral on TikTok unintentionally because a client of hers had a negative response to the service that was provided for her. And I'm not going to go into a ton of detail because one of the things that I want to highlight and talk about in a little bit is how the whole point of her response was to de-escalate the drama. So if you're on TikTok, which I'm not, I'm sure that you saw and heard about this. I think there was like 80 million views or something like that. So I'm sure that you saw either the original video or her response. I'm sure that you have an idea of what I'm talking about. And if you don't, then you can just be an observer and take all the good notes like I did today, and it will definitely be worth it. So essentially, in response to this client's video, the service provider chose to create a response video, and she was not really on TikTok. Like, she had an account, but she wasn't using it, and she wasn't even really sure like what to say or what to do. But she said that she thought about it, she prayed about it, she sought advice and guidance, and then she responded. And basically, it sounds like it broke the internet. Again, I haven't seen any of these videos. I don't know all of the details, but as I was listening to the podcast episode, I was observing a few things that really resonated with me, and I just wanted to share them with you because I think they're so important when it comes to building a brand, and definitely things that I know are in my program for my clients and are things that I want to live by as well. And one of them, really the first one that I picked up on, was de-escalate and stay out of the drama. Like, shut it down. Don't feed into it. Don't, use it as your moment for your 15 minutes of fame or whatever. Like, she was not interested in going viral. That was not her intention. She was just like, for the sake of my brand and my business and my reputation, I need to respond. And that was the conclusion that she came to after getting support and advice from her community and from people who are experts in social media. And that's really the second thing, is community is so important. Having people in your network, like-minded people who are going to support you on this journey, is absolutely critical, because we're not meant to do this alone. We're not meant to be on an island. We're not meant to navigate this by ourselves. The Lord has given us community for a reason. And so she made use of her community, and they were like, definitely make a response. And so she did. And the third thing that I noticed was how she was conducting herself in that response, and when she was talking about it and the way that she wanted to handle it, the way she wanted to handle the client, was represent your brand well. Like, that was the message. Represent your brand well. She was not taking it personally, in the response. Obviously, like, you feel something when somebody's not happy with your work, but she did not get so wrapped up in that. The goal was, how can I protect and represent my brand well? And that's what she sought to do. And that's super important as well. We're not in the businesses that we are so that people can just rip us to shreds and then move on. But we're also not here to go after people or anything like that either. The goal is to represent our brands well. And again, that's really what she did. And the response was overwhelming. The support from other business owners in the same industry, the support and response from just random people all over social media was overwhelming, because she chose to represent well. And then the last thing that absolutely blew me away, and one of the reasons, probably the number one reason why I was so excited to jump on here and share this with you today, is because everything that she did was Holy Spirit led. And she was super, super clear about that on the podcast episode. She did not sugarcoat it. Very shortly into the interview, she was like, I love Jesus. And so that informed pretty much all of how I made my decisions. And I was just so blown away by how unapologetic and how open she was about the Lord's role in this process. And when she said when she filmed the video, she was like, it was me speaking, but it was the Holy Spirit giving me words. And I was like, oh my goodness, like, girl after my own heart, like, can we be best friends? Because it was such a genuine response and something that as believers, like, we know what that feels like. We know what it's like to not have the words and to have the Holy Spirit speak through us. We understand the power of that. We recognize that. And you can also recognize it when it comes through other people. And so to hear her say that was just one of the coolest things that I've seen recently on social media, or come out of social media, I should say. And then the podcast host even said, what the enemy intended for evil, the Lord used for good. And so I just thought that that was wonderful to hear from the podcast host. And again, also from this guest who has had a crazy couple of weeks, but really just, again, was so disinterested in engaging with the drama, represented her brand well, got support and encouragement, and then made a strong decision, and then let the Holy Spirit lead her. And that really, to me, kind of sums up how we should be representing our brands. We want to represent well. We want to be set apart. We want to not engage with the drama and get the support, be in the community, connect with people who are like-minded, and then let the Holy Spirit lead you. And if you do those things, your brand, your business is going to see growth and connection and results, I think, unlike anything else. And I can't speak to any guarantees. I'm not promising you a dollar amount or anything like that. But I know that when we are honoring the Lord with our businesses, and when we are representing our brands well out in the world, no matter how chaotic it is, even out on social media, I know that the Lord is honored by that. And I know that He will bless the work of our hands. So, like I said, this is super, super, super short today, but I just wanted to encourage you. I wanted you to feel encouragement in your spirit. I wanted you to be encouraged by this real life story of a woman who woke up one morning and her day did not go as she planned. And then the weeks following did not go as she planned, but the Lord was in it. The Lord was in every single moment of it. And He's in every single moment of your business too, as long as you're continually turning everything back to Him and allowing Him to lead you. So that's my encouragement for you this week. I hope you have a beautiful week. As always, if the Lord is doing something in your business that is just absolutely amazing, or quietly amazing, subtly amazing, just little things too, I want to hear about all of it, because I think it's truly incredible how the Lord works in so many different ways in our lives. So if you have a story, I want to hear it. I'd love for you to fill out the form. Tell me about your story, and I'd love to have you on the podcast. I can't wait to connect with you. I'll talk to you soon.